when you first got to Ohio State, before we all realized what a good player you were and would become, you were most known for being caught up in the Bruce Pearl situation. You were the player at his house for the now infamous barbecue. And when he was presented with evidence of this barbecue, which you were not supposed to be there because it was an unofficial visit, I gather, he at first denied it, and as we all know, he lost his job over it. How awkward was it for you to be caught in the middle of that whole situation?
It was different. It was, it's my first run in with the NCAA, and you never want to deal with anything like that. It was just a very unfortunate circumstance. Looking back, I probably should have had a better understanding of the rules and things like that on my end. But when it came to it, we got here, and it was a pretty seamless process to deal with. Had two interviews that I went through, and just had to go through what I did while I was there. It's nothing against Coach Pearl in Tennessee. While I was there, they were great to me. And they're still great to me. I've talked to Coach Pearl a couple of times through Sirius and whatever else he may be on, and he doesn't seem to have any hard feelings, and I'm very fortunate for that. But it was just one of those things that happened, and I still get some. It still comes up every now and again.
Uh-huh. And I always wondered about that moment. It must have seemed rather innocuous. I mean, you're at his house, and he basically gives you a comment of saying, hey, you're really not supposed to be here, but if anybody, just kind of brushing it aside. Did it click in your mind at that point, like, uh-oh, this is kind of an uncomfortable situation? Or did you maybe not even think anything of it? Or did you feel uncomfortable that he was asking you to be less than honest if you were called upon?
I don't even remember, being told or anything like that, we really weren't supposed to be there. I was living in the moment. Like you said, Ohio's a big football school, football state, and we went down there for the Tennessee-Florida football game, and Tim Tebow was playing, Percy Harvey was playing, and I mean that was amazing to me. I loved it, and that stadium was rocking, and I got to see Tim Tebow throw a jump pass into the end zone that I was sitting in, and Percy Harvin ran a punt back, and I wasn't cheering too much, but on the inside I was like, this is great stuff, and I just I was living on that high, and then looking back, you kind of realize like, all right, that probably wasn't the greatest decision, but while I was going through it, it all seemed pretty natural. It wasn't just me. There was the rest of the team was there and everything. So it was just, an unfortunate thing that happened and an unfortunate circumstance.